timer. Instagram is going. That one's good to go. But I am on the Remarkist app now, about to hit the Remarkist timer. The name of this episode, by the way, Help Wanted. Interesting.
So good.
All right, everyone. As always, we are going to start our episodes at the same time on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Tiny thing, a tiny thing.
It's definitely not a singlet.
A singlet is awesome.
This is one of the ways that Lorelai really shows up as a parent for Rory, protecting her.
Yeah, very good. Good. That's a good call on that for sure.
I think she protects herself too. It's not just Rory. It's just like everything will be okay. She doesn't want to think about it.
Well, I feel like sometimes she plays down and makes things like not as big as they probably are. I love her shirt. Lorelai's, I'm assuming? Yeah.
Oh, Kirk. This is a good Kirk episode, John.
I'm excited.
I
Wait,
just
how?
love that he says there's precedent to things being done to keep just him out.
Right, like it's a personal attack. Wait, how is this a Kirk episode?
They're all Kirk episodes.
Gosh, John. Not everything revolves around Kirk.
Well, I mean, the whole show takes place inside of his head.
Whoever said that about it being all taking place in his head, now you got me in my head that that's the end of A Year in the Life, is like a Bob Newhart show type thing.
I like to make people think. It was me.
Who knows that Bob Newhart reference?
I think
I've heard about it. I love how her fingers pop up right in the foreground there.
Gosh, I'm trying to figure out where this was shot. this might be in that room that Valerie was saying just can be transformed into anything children.
Poor Michelle can't get away from Lorelai anywhere.
It's so fun. They can all afford to eat breakfast every day, not at home. What a dream.
Oh, I forgot about that. This is gonna be good.
This is going to be real good. Real bad, but real good.
Oh, flu.
I'd love to know what her thought process is that she thinks she can not mention the whole cast thing.
You don't admit bad news until the final moment you have to.
Or you have a good story lined up.
Or in her case, any news until you have to.
Or unless it catches up with you.
I don't like Richard behaving like this, and Emily, it's not nice at all.
Well, this one doesn't make sense. If she's so invaluable, why would he not be paying her more money?
Well, it's kind of like Claudia said yesterday. They just don't know what it's like to be poor. So they're not thinking, yeah, like she probably has bills.
Yeah.
And they also don't like change.
Yes, but it's still, I think that moment they should realize you need your salary, even if it's not as much as Richard gets.
Yeah.
See, Richard can have his own Caesar. He could just call anyone Marjorie.
Ha, touche. Wait, what? There's multiple Caesars in the series, but he doesn't speak until he's officially cast.
Yep. Well, I mean, he has like a couple lines here and there, but nothing substantial.
Lorelai's really funny in that scene.
She's
Oh,
the only
now
one
here we
with
go.
real life experience of being in that position.
Oy, 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 oy.
Yep.
Wow, has to write him a letter.
Hey, I don't blame her. I do my best talking already. It's impressive that he reads that fast.
What a skimmer. I've got big opinions about him kicking that bag, but maybe we can save it for post.
Let's save it for post. I have a feeling we're going to be saving a lot for post in this episode.
And the next one.
Yeah, especially near the end of a season.
They have pretty much the exact same hair color.
Yep.
We should screenshot her cast here for Valerie because the placement of the sticker is different from when Lane put it on.
The art designer was like, no.
But Valerie loves seeing those things.
Or maybe it's
He's going.
all about Jess.
Jung Jung.
If I would be Dean, I would be happy Chess is gone too. Such a great moment for him. That's a horrible wrapping job. Absolutely horrible.
I
Hey,
know.
I did worse
I
with my
could think.
sisters.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh my god, I really want to get in there and just tighten that thing.
I did worse with my sister's cast. But why she would ask a 13-year-old to wrap a cast for you is beyond me.
I love that line, the wind done gone.
I love Richard realizing that Lorelai actually knows things that he doesn't sometimes.
Right, and also like the helplessness of people who are this wealthy, how much people have served them, right? So they just can't quite do it. Those containers that Richard has that he's standing right in front of, my mom had a lot of those in like the early like 2000s. Kind of fun. Office Depot. Is it my imagination or does Lorelai really like blue this season?
Does she really like what?
Blue this season because
I know. Actually, I was just thinking about that earlier because when she was at Luke's diner, I was looking and noticing that she had blue on, and so did, of course, Rory does in Chilton, and of
then
course,
she had blue on at dinner.
yeah,
I know.
blue. Ooh, where was this shot?
She's being a smart ass.
I'm trying to figure out where this was shot because that background is really big.
Well, it says it's an office barn, but it could just be like in a soundstage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just yeah, it's probably on a soundstage. It's just they did a really impressive job of like really on one of those shots. It's just really open in the background, you know. So that's a lot that they have to dress back there.
Yeah, fair point. In that very convenient row of gigantic cardboard boxes.
Yeah, that's true. But there was another shot where you could kind of see past things and stuff. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite Lorelai and Richard moments of like the entire series.
that's cool.
Mine too.
This whole episode is just a wonderful Lorelai Richard episode.
Yes, it is.
Oh, oh, oh!
There we go. It begins.
Yeah.
So it begins.
Foreshadowing.
Here we go.
And so it's at this point, you're a twinkle in Amy's eye.
Oh wow, its placement is exactly where it actually was. That's the music shop.
Are you one of those Hollywood people, John?
Hardly.
I love that line.
It's interesting that they thought it's not good to take painkillers back then, but now you know you should take it. So it's a big difference. So 20 years ago.
Oh, this episode frustrates me. Actually, no, the town in this episode frustrates me.
Didn't Milo play? Didn't he play Chachi in a Joni Loves Chachi or something like that? Didn't he do something?
Maybe. 'Cause
I
it
feel
sounds
like he was
familiar.
in some movie where he played a character, either like maybe it was like Scott Baio or something.
Incoming.
Oh my goodness!
Incoming.
It's
Carol
so
King.
sad. I didn't know that was Carol King until like this year.
It took me like half of the season to figure it out.
Here's Kirk trying to get yet another job. I think that you may, with Milo, I think you may be thinking of whenever, well, I don't know what you may be thinking, but like when he played Sylvester Stallone's son in Rocky.
No, it wasn't that. There was something else.
It's a beautiful
American
guitar.
Dream?
No, 'cause that's the 60s.
I'll figure it out later. Oh my God, this is so crazy. This is so cool. This is so wild.
You're witnessing the birth of an obsession.
Here's my question: how did she learn?
She's Lane Kim, an immensely talented musician. She just
Well,
is.
yeah.
Little Wilco in the background. I love it. Oh my gosh, that was so wild. That was so wild. For any of you watching new now, who are also watching all of this show for the first time as well, just hold on to that. The music store. So she's trying to make a point that there are others in this world other than Margie, but she's digging a hole for herself here because now he's not going to want to lose her.
Yep. And it just goes to show that like
John.
they do work well together. This is fun.
The Netflix subtitles said in quotations
A
imitating
bimbo
What
voice.
the heck?
Like Netflix. Come on now.
I've seen worse.
Say your name.
I've seen worse. Dear God, it was a car accident.
Man, that's lived a life, you can tell.
This next to the rant that she did where she's like, I joined a cult. Oh, this was the one. Her hair changed.
I think in a town like South Hollow, having a car accident is such a big thing. In a big city, nobody would care.
So apparently someone wanted to mention that Scott Baio was the original actor they wanted for Jeff.
No.
Scott Baio's way too old for that. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke and say that Scott Baio's ancient, but
I don't think they were considering him for Jeff.
he's very old indeed.
Ooh, R.I.P. on the Pert.
I just love the transition.
Laying in a nut.
Also, the Hungry Diner is supposed to be next to Miss Babette behind, or next to Miss Patty behind the stand.
And he wouldn't give Margie her salary.
And she's also a young woman who could be flighty, who doesn't have experience. So
It breaks my heart.
Take
how-
your lunch with you.
He's a child.
Yeah, you see what Lorelai gets it.
But at least take your
Tantrum.
lunch with you.
I love how they're still staying true to that traffic light.
I think someone mentioned earlier that a car accident in Stars Hollow as compared to the city is like a way bigger spectacle. But I also think combined with the fact that it's Rory and she seems to be very well loved by the town, it's being made into a bigger situation and than it already should be and is.
Yeah, I made that same point yesterday.
I
Yeah,
think
so
it's
true.
it's such a big thing if Chaz wouldn't have caused that. It's like he's a villain in everything for the town, and he's
It
just
drives me crazy.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's Jess and he already has a reputation in the town that he's just bad news.
Where they can't even like think that Rory could be involved in something like this.
Well, this is very cute.
It is not the name he wanted to say though. Uh-oh.
Dun dun dun.
Here we go.
it's not okay. She didn't call Emily and tell her or Richard because it's her granddaughter.
Yeah, just another lie that Lorelai does out of fear.
Yes, exactly.
I'm on the fence about how I feel about it. I mean, Emily does tend to overreact.
And it's not really
There we
lying,
go.
you're just not telling.
And sometimes it's easier just not to tell.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you
Like
should
you're
know what's
deliberately
going
hiding
on.
the truth. Like,
But you know it's coming
that's
out
so
anyway.
bad.
Well, wait for it. Let's go.
this is exactly why she didn't tell her. That exact conversation.
Exactly.
Ooh, good point. Ooh.
Once again, Lorelai thinking she knows someone.
Oh, we're definitely getting a Jess reversal here.
He was also driving really recklessly and having her like take over the wheel and stuff like that too when they were driving.
Yeah, but he can control something small and furry going out into the road.
He can control having his hands on the wheel.
Well, yeah, but that didn't mean that like he didn't when the small furry thing ran into it.
You're supposed to just hit the small furry thing and keep going, as cruel as that sounds.
I love Lorelai's comment though about, it's so poignant about Jess being an angry kid. She gets it.
I disagree.
I disagree too. I work with out of control kids, and he's so far off that. He's a little bit a bad boy, but not as bad as he could be.
And it goes back to the comment
Jess is clouded by the that first impression that he made at the dinner party at her home, and ever since then she has refused.
Ooh, Sophie. Ooh. She was out of focus. Did you notice that?
Yep.
I love Sophie.
So is the idea that Lane is self-taught?
Yes.
Ah.
Does that seem impossible to you, John?
No, actually, just impressive. Oh, is Jess still here?
No. Literally the sweetest thing.
That was a really nice scene.
Because even though he had to send him away, he knows that it wasn't his fault.
That was a really good episode. Netflix is going right into the next episode, but I'm going to stop it. All right, we've got two legs walking down the sidewalk, but it has stopped. I am stopping the timer, resetting.
Are we taking a bathroom break?
Yeah, if somebody needs a few minutes, you have a few minutes before we're going to start. But I imagine most everyone else is ready to
I need
go.
to go mow the grass, join the world. So I'm jumping off the couch if anybody.
Okay, great. I'm gonna actually knock you off the couch, and then I will open up the couch again to see if anybody wants to raise their hand.